Prosecutors say a West Seneca postal worker could have interfered with the election by stealing absentee ballots and other mail. He's now charged with delay or destruction of mail. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller shows us what led to the arrest and what authorities say they found in the man's car.
It was 7:30 p.m. on election night when Customs and Border Protection officers say they stopped a U.S. postal worker near the Peace Bridge after getting off the 190 at the wrong exit. Customs and Border Protection officers did a sweep of his personal car. It was there investigators say they opened the trunk of Brandon Wilson's vehicle and found a postal carrier box with 3 absentee ballots sent to 2 Buffalo addresses from the Erie County Board of Elections, 106 political mailings, 220 first-class mailings, and 484 standard mailings. That's a total of 813 mail pieces that prosecutors say did not belong to Wilson. The first-class letter mailings were supposed to go to zip codes in the Buffalo-Cheektowaga border, with the majority going to 14215. In the criminal complaint, prosecutors say Wilson, who is from West Seneca, initially told officers the mailings were for him and his mother, but then said in September he estimated he placed mail from his delivery routes into his personal vehicle trunk on more than 4 occasions. Wilson said he intended to decrease the amount of mail in the trunk of his vehicle by placing a small amount into USPS missort containers in the morning before his shift began. But federal prosecutors say he hadn't placed any mail in the missort containers for 3 weeks. U.S. Attorney J.P. Kennedy says this office is committed not only to ensuring the integrity of the mails, but also individuals' right to vote in a free and fair election. The criminal conduct with which this defendant is alleged to have engaged undermine both of those interests.
And the U.S. Postal Service tells me Wilson has been placed on emergency placement, which means he is out of work and has no access to the mail. This is pending the outcome of this criminal investigation. If convicted on the charges, he could spend 5 years in prison. Reporting in West Seneca, Hannah Bueller, 7 Eyewitness News.
A postal worker arrested today for throwing away mail, nearly 2,000 pieces of mail. And the headline here, 99 of the pieces were general election ballots from the Hudson County Board of Elections. They were supposed to be delivered to residents in West Orange. One person responsible, almost, for the disappearance of dozens of votes. New Jersey reporter Tony H with the story. She's live at federal court in Newark. Tony.
Good afternoon. Like you said, that discarded mail included those 99 ballots for the general election, and officials have told us that those ballots were sent out in the mail again, so now they are in the rightful hands of the voters who were supposed to get them in the first place. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see that dumpster there. It's one of 2 where the discarded mail from that same mail carrier was found, and here is a picture of that mail. Howard Dinger snapped this photo and posted it on social media. He came across it while he was making an unrelated delivery to a nearby bank. Postal investigators arrested mail carrier 26-year-old Nicholas Beauchesne of Kearney. He lives close to this location. He was in court this afternoon on charges involving throwing away nearly 2,000 pieces of mail, some of it in a dumpster in West Orange. In fact, those general election ballots were for voters in West Orange. As you said, our New Jersey crews spoke to Mr. Dinger about discovering all that tossed mail.
At first it looked like, junk mail, circulars and things like that, and then I flipped over a piece and I saw something that said address correction, that kind of thing, whatever, when it's important mail, that thing. Flipped through a few more pages, I saw something that said ballots on it, and at that point I knew it was serious.
Well, that dump mail was found October 2nd and October 5th. Inspectors say the investigation concluded that Nicholas Beauchesne was the only carrier who could have had that mail out for delivery on his route on those days. He could face 5.5 years in prison and more than $250,000 in fines if he is convicted. Beauchesne's bail this afternoon was set at $25,000, and right now federal prosecutors say it does not appear his actions were politically motivated.
I'm with the Arizona Attorney General's office. We have ballots here for. Did you guys?
We never got our ballots.
Okay.
We have to go to the polls.
Well, the state attorney general and police are investigating more than a dozen stolen mail-in ballots. A man found 18 unopened early ballots hidden under a rock near 99th and Avenue in Glendale.
If you can vote, or if I got those ballots to the people that can vote and make a decision over that, then I'm pretty sure and those votes would matter.
Well, he turned those ballots in to Glendale police. Detectives say they were stolen from mailboxes in a neighborhood just south of 107th Avenue in Northern. No one knows yet who did this or why. The AG's office and again police worked to return those ballots over the weekend to be sure those people could still have a chance to vote.
We started our day at this United States postal facility on Yanceyville Street in Greensboro, trying to catch postal employees collecting any absentee ballots they found.
I know they worked hard to try to get us all the ballots they could.
Charlie Collicott, the director for the Guilford County Board of Elections, told me post office plant managers and district managers were checking every USPS post office and building.
I really don't know what to expect.
We didn't see anyone at the 4 different locations we went to Friday. A request to get inside was denied. On Thursday, 48 ballots were found in a morning sweep. Another 29 were located in the afternoon.
We can't do anything with them, so we're just kind of sorting and storing them, locking them up for when we can count them.
The next ballot count is set for November 12th. Until then, election workers are checking postmarks to make sure they meet the deadline.
It's not a huge quantity like some of the other states that have had this huge month buildup of ballots. We're talking about a couple of days worth of ballots.
They've also been busy with audits. It all adds up to North Carolina possibly being the last state to present election results.
They may be. I see that the other states are doing stuff as we go. I don't know what that means or if they'll be finished before or after us on Friday.
And only on 2, we have been telling you about concerns over the post office and mail-in ballots for months now. And tonight we're hearing from a local woman who found ballots from Alabama in her mailbox in Katy. Channel 2's Michael Aparti just spoke with the woman who received the ballots and a man who filled one of those out. He's live now with reaction tonight. Michael?
Chris, there are still some questions as to exactly what happened. That woman in Katy says that she received both of those envelopes yesterday, 2 days after Election Day, but both are postmarked October 20th. The 2 envelopes are labeled official election mail, and they are addressed to the Dale County absentee election manager in Ozark, Alabama. So Denise Fierros is wondering how both pieces ended up hundreds of miles away in Katy, Texas.
My daughter had brought the mail in, and she said, hey, we have these 2 ballots.
Denise was worried someone's vote may not get counted.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong somewhere, because you as a person expect, when you put something in the mail to get to its destination. So how many times has this happened?
We looked up the name on the return address and spoke over the phone with David Pittman from Midland City.
Well, that's me. That's my name. That's my address.
David says his first absentee ballot never arrived, and he knew something was wrong with the second after he mailed it and a tracking website showed it wasn't returned.
I just don't understand how a zip code like ours could be wound up at a zip code in Texas, which is so different.
The post office is blaming the format of the pre-stamped address. The third and last line is the election manager's phone number, which include the digits 77450, a zip code for the Katy area. USPS said in a statement, quote, the placement of the phone number on the third caused our mail processing machines to misread the address and send it to Katy, Texas. Now, Denise says that her address is not anything close to what was on the envelopes, so that was another reason why she was questioning this. She has not opened them and plans to turn them into a city official on Monday. David told me that he went down to the courthouse the day before the election and explained what was going on, and they let him cast a ballot, possibly a provisional one. We were not able to track down the person on the second envelope. We're live in Katy tonight. Michael Aparti, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Michael. So